Welcome back to the 32 Sound Podcast. Your host Avery,
We got Mark in the building.
and we're here with another banger. We got our guest.
Special guest, man, a brother, man. AD. What's the deal, man?
What's going on, man? Nothing much, man. I appreciate y'all having me, man.
For sure.
Of course.
So, man, AD, you kind of I kind of known you to do a lot of things, always being somebody moving forward with anything. How do you, when you introducing yourself, what do you go as? Because you have so many things going on with you, man.
Man, it really depends on the setting and the situation, man. If it's professional, I'm gonna hit you with a Davies. I'm gonna give you my real name. You feel me? But if it's something outside of that, whether it be like in a social light, or something that we putting together on a back end side of things, I'll give you AD. I ain't gonna give you the whole thing. So it just depends.
Okay. I kind of known him just like firsthand AD, but definitely meeting you back then, I kind of seen like how you was always a professional and everything like that. So definitely, I want to talk about definitely like the 9 to 5 or just acquiring opportunities. But you've always been somebody that seeks out or has something going on. Or so how do you talk to anybody, or how do you find those great work opportunities to always put yourself in the best position possible and stuff like that?
Man, I mean, I give myself credit, like how you say, like I always carry myself in a professional way. I think professional. I always think with a business mindset. But what I was getting at too is with the people that I have grown with, they have given me a lot of that information, a lot of that mindset for me to be in. Now, I'm never going to shun the people that taught me, a lot of stuff, or people that I watch. I like to sit back and watch a lot. I don't talk a lot no more. I like watching. So I emulate a lot of things that I see, and that's what's helped me procure the person that I become.
Is it like any instances or things that happened to made you think like that, or were you always somebody that you can watch and learn from?
I think that's something that came from me. I don't think I've fully having one set experience that it came from. Man, just as a kid, I just always seen myself being some type of professional. Like as a kid, I wanted to be a plastic surgeon.
That's
You
yeah.
feel me? So like ever since then, I watch stuff on TV that emulates that. Nip Tuck was like my favorite show at a point in time.
Yeah.
So like that was tough. And just watching how my mother is. Those things right there are the main things that just help me, become who I am today and hit on the factor of just becoming more professional. So even when we got to school, the organization that we, put ourselves into, that right there was a great example too, that allowed me to be around certain professionals within the university, to be able to, move myself that way. And the ones that were in our organization, I was able to, talk to them, get some information from them, and become who I am.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah, we talked to Cuter Boy a couple weeks ago, actually a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
But he was one of our first guests on the podcast, and he was talking about we're talking about the best ways to make money if you're just young and just hustling and stuff like that. And he said the best thing you could do for yourself is get yourself a 9 to 5. Get yourself a job. No one is too above getting a job. No one is too. That's the best way to start getting some income, start getting into the workforce, get professional, get around good people, and then work your way into the position that you really want to work yourself into.
Yeah, 100%. That 9 to 5, that constant flow of money, that's gonna keep you flow at all times. And it's just up to you to be able to understand money management, to be able to take that money and then invest it into the other things that you want to get better at.
Exactly.
So say you want to be a photographer, but you have ground zero, nothing. Get you a 9 to 5, work the job, and then take, parts of that money that you bring in, take care of your necessities first, and then put everything into, all right, now I'm going to go to school for these classes to be able to be a good photographer, be able to do photo edits on what is it, Adobe
Photoshop.
Photoshop, yeah. You want to be able to put the money into those things so you can procure what you want to be. The 9 to 5 is always just a helping tool to get to where you need to get. You don't have to depend on it fully. I mean, and you can too.
But in that notion too, I've always it's no knock for anybody that works a 9 to 5. I don't know where that whole thing came about, that it's corny to work a 9 to 5. Right? It's not at all. But two, it's when you at that 9 to 5 is you're telling somebody, it's like you giving you're in a contract with somebody, right?
Right.
So I feel like people do that, but they don't even necessarily like to show up to work on time, or they're not trying to be the best in that position that they can be, or you know what I'm saying? So it's almost as if they're doing that, but they're also not showing that they have those core principles, and just knowing you is even everything that you were doing, you were always doing that at the best capability you were able to do that, right?
Yeah.
So just having even just having that 9 to 5, it's you got to excel at that too.
No, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%. Because you never know what opportunities may be laying around the corner at the same time.
Yeah.
yeah, you might not like that 9 to 5 that you're going to, but you never know who's gonna walk into that job and see you being you. It's been multiple times in which I just been at work being me, and I was given other opportunities, whether it be promotion or stuff
Right. Yeah.
outside of work.
Exactly.
So if you always conduct yourself at a certain level, people notice it, and
Mm-hmm.
and it'll open up so many more sides of life for you. It'll go a lot farther. Yeah, them 9 to 5 suck a lot of the times, especially the real booty ones, like things that do with like customer service.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's garbage. But if you just study the fast, man, and you keep pushing, it'll work out for you. It'll be something. But you have to also be looking for the betterment as well. You can't just be in there like, okay, I'm gonna just be Point Dexter, I'm gonna cross every T and dot every dot. But you also are not doing what you need to be doing on the back end side of that to make sure that you're right. Is your outfit pressed? Do you got creases in your clothes every day? Do you look presentable yourself?
Yeah.
When you speak, are you speaking fluently? Are you speaking properly? Are you able to articulate yourself and whatever you're trying to sell or whatever that you're asking for? So little things like that you got to be able to procure that'll also help out you out in that 9 to 5.
So I kind of want to go into this question right here. Should you do you have to like your job to succeed at it?
No, no,
That's a good question.
no, not at all. I think it'll make it easier, of course, but you don't have to like it. It could be the worst job. Man, I worked for Sherwin-Williams selling paint for 3.5 years,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the first 2 years flew by. First 2.5 years flew by, and I didn't even feel like I was at work. Did I like it necessarily? No, the customers made it garbage.
Mhm.
But I just put my head down and just knew that this was just the ground level what I had to do to be able to get where I want. You ain't gonna get where you want to go overnight. I mean, sometimes it happens. Sometimes you hit the lottery. But other than that, man, you just got to put your head down, do what you got to do. Build that resume. That's what I want to get that to. Like when I take on a job always as a stepping stool for the next job or for the next opportunity or to help me be able to get the skills that I need to start my own business. So just put your head down, learn what you can, take in what you can, and build from there.
I think that's the important thing you just said. Like a lot of times people want to get into business without having any business experience or even having a job before. Like I would say you can have a job at Target. You learn about customer service, you learn about accounting, you learn about banking, you learn about people skills, you learn about stock. You're learning all these different skills if you just flip the switch in your brain to actually look at that opportunity as something different.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. You do not have to go to school in order
Yeah.
to get those skill sets for you to be able to do what you want to do on the back end side of things. Like you don't have to go to school for business management. You can go get a job.
Yeah, it was an eye opener experience when I graduated. I ended up getting going into a profession, right? So when I got into that profession, I had a director or a supervisor, only 5 years, 6 years older than me, and they showed me they made 200, 300,000. They didn't have the college education. But what they did have were the principles and the essentials enough to communicate. They worked on those skills. She was a bartender before. So she had great people skills. She knew how to come to work on time. She knew how to I guess adjust in adverse environments very quickly. So just talking to her is that if you have that will to want to learn and want to move and want to do something, it's really no limit to how you do that. You're always going to have a way to figure it out. But school is not the only route. You need to learn how. Like it's just like you have to learn on the move. You have to constantly understand what you're going through and then, like you said, work on that resume, learn how to talk about what you've done.
Yep.
And when you were at those places, be the best you can be, because that is what gets you through the door. I know, like, schooling is one thing, but showing up to work, like being the best that there is, being innovative, making the process better, making sure that everybody that comes to work with you want to make sure they gonna have a bad day if you're not there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, 100%. You have a big impact on those around you for their everyday life too. So that's impactful for itself. Like, man, work was boring until Mark got there.
Yeah.
Like now, like he really making the change here. He really making it the vibe different. Maybe want to come in here and give my all. Another thing too, like off the school aspect. Again, you do not have to go to school. I kind of regret going to college. I'm not gonna lie. Like I feel, I feel like I know in my current position in which I hold now, and the amount of time that it took me to get through school, I could have gave that same exact time and energy to where my current job is, coming in as entry level and still being where I'm at today with $70,000 less in student loan debt. See what I'm saying? Like, did I want to do what I do now when I got out of college? No, not at all. But going to college helped me skip that entry level step. It helped me go right into what I'm doing versus having to be an hourly worker first. I think that's the only benefit, unless you're being like a doctor, lawyer, some type of engineer, things like that. Heck yeah, go to school for that for sure. Get that education because you need that for those fields. But outside of that, if that's not what you're looking to do, you do not need to go to school. You can get all that skill set from working the job and working your way up the ladder.
So what would you say for like somebody, even yourself, you're graduating from high school right now, and you can go back in time and have that one-on-one conversation. You got, let's say, 20 minutes. Would you tell the younger you the same exact thing?
Yep, 100%. I didn't even want to go to college in the first place. I only went to college because my friends was going to college. And the girlfriend at the time, like, yeah, you got to go to college. What you going to do with yourself? Like, you got to go to school. No, I don't got to go to school. And I wish I would have just stuck with my own mindset with that. I would still be who I am today if I did not go to college.
Yeah, I think that's big for people out there, people who watch the podcast. Like, you got to know what's best for you. Like, you got to know yourself. Like, I think that's very important. Like, I was in the same boat with you. Like, I went to college for I was in a architecture major at first, and I switched over to VCT, Visual Communication Technology, which is Adobe, Photoshop, video production, stuff like that. I could have got a job working as a PA for a local independent film, for a movie or whatever, and learn the same amount of skills in the same amount of time without having to, like you said, go into debt and also having to waste all that time. That's 4 years that I could have been in the field getting that experience.
100%. College is just a vouch. That's all it is. You say you can do these things. Oh, you went to college. Okay, I believe you. Yep. That's the only thing that'll do it. Just validate what you know. You can write anything on a resume and still go get that job because, oh, you said you could do it. You went to this school. Okay, cool beans. We'll give him the job. We'll try you out. Like, you can say whatever you want on there. Side note, at my current job, I got to look at resumes now, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought building a resume was like fundamental. Maybe because school like pressed on us that much when we were in school. I don't know what it was, but the resumes that I've seen recently, it blows my mind.
How old were the people like you? The resumes you were looking at?
I don't know. It's your birthday ain't on there. I have no idea how old they are.
I think I ain't gonna lie. I think the pandemic kind of did certain things because like I know some young people that never had to, but.
Whoa. Man, Siri, bro. Siri be on some stuff, man.
But yo, like, I know the pandemic kind of put people in a position where some people didn't get a job, like young people didn't get a job, or like they didn't complete like high school regularly, right? And certain classes, I know I had like one high school teacher that kind of set you aside. I feel like certain people have that. They might have a teacher to set them aside, but not actually been there. Yo, that kind of like the natural things that I feel like we did as when I was growing up in high school. The pandemic kind of exited those things out the actual everyday schooling things for kids for a second. So
for sure, definitely did. I got two younger brothers.
Yeah.
My youngest brother, the one that really lived through the pandemic in high school. Yeah, like you homeschooling yourself at that point. You kind of shortchanging yourself. Yeah, I think you need high school.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, I mean, they don't teach you everything that you need to know in high school for the real world. But yeah, you need high school. And the pandemic just put a hole into a bunch of learning for a lot of people, especially the seniors when they was in school, for them to get those pivotal information that they need. The reason why I thought like a resume was so fundamental is because if you open up a Word document, it's simply right there to make your resume. Did I make my first resumes? Yeah, my very first ones. But when I got in college though, I didn't make my resumes anymore. We had the college department, not college department, the business department.
Yeah.
They basically write it for you when we was there. And then on top of that, I had a female on the side of me that would do that too. I mean, she was procured really good in her game. Like she was top tier in her game. So, she helped me do what I needed to do too. So with that being said, like the people that I was around and what I seen, it just seemed like everybody know how to write a resume. People now submitting 7-page resumes.
Oh damn,
man! What it's these things are staple.
But what they putting on there?
Man, for some reason, dog had it. It was no header on there, so no name. You didn't know who he was, how to get in contact with him. It was 7 pages, and it was double spaced.
Damn.
Like, bro, this is not an essay. Like it blew my mind. Another one was 1 page, but it was like half a page.
Mm.
And it was all left hand margin. It was no dates of when they worked, just job
You know, they
listings.
probably put it together on their phone though. Like I feel like I could picture somebody putting their resume together on their phone and not understanding how it looks when they transfer it onto a paper or something. You know what I'm
But
saying?
even then, it's like basic common. It's like basic common. It should be basic common sense of how to make a resume.
100.
Like you
We
would
got
think.
YouTube University.
Yeah.
YouTube can teach you anything.
If you download Microsoft Word, like you said, though, it's kind of like resume
It's
template
right there.
Yeah.
Bro, go to the library. You don't even need to download Microsoft yourself. Go
Yeah.
to the library. It's everything is free and at your hands.
So can you paint that as people like a lot of people not always kind of circle back, not putting their best foot forward when they're going out there, it's being lazy as far as they probably really know how to do it. They just
I think it's 50-50. I think, yeah, it's a lot of laziness that goes on. People just don't care, and they think they just gonna get by just being lazy and slouching on stuff. But also, though, it is a lot of people that just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like common sense is not common for a lot of people, and if they just don't know that the library has computers for them to use, they probably just think library is just for books. They ain't even thought the library had a computer. Now you tripping. Man. I think it's a 50-50. And it's about the energy that you put behind it too. If you really want something, you're gonna look into it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Before you bought whatever computer that you use for your studio, you looked at different options before you made the one.
Yeah, for sure.
When you want something, you're gonna look it up. I bet when the dude who submitted that resume, I bet he look at sneakers shoe drop for the week.
Right.
I bet you look at how much this shoe costs and what's the story behind it, but you don't know how to drop a resume.
Yeah. Well, I think what you're talking about too is like what it takes really to be a boss. I think that a lot of times
I like that.
when I was out in Vegas, when I was doing solar, I had for a short period of time I owned a solar company myself.
Yeah.
And I had people submit me resumes. I'm looking at different resumes. Feel like you said, you don't know how old people are. You don't know what people's experience is. But I'm looking at different resumes. Like I'm not even looking at if they went to school. I'm not even looking if what I just want to know. Can you come in? Can you do the job that I'm asking you to do? Like can you perform? Can you perform to the highest level?
Yep.
And are you gonna be somebody who can look to me as a leader to guide you in that direction and lead you to the promised land?
100%. And for you, before the interview happened itself, how do you know that this person could be that person?
Oh, just based on that. Just to me, it's just based on that first. Can you put together a good resume? Like you said.
100%. That's exactly what I thought you was gonna say. 100%. If I can see you can
yeah.
follow the simple rubric of a resume, okay, then that means you could probably take formatting for me to do something
Yeah,
else.
I never looked at it like that because I kind of looked at it like the resume they actually reading over. But truth be told, is a lot of it is just like that's just the invitation to get the interview. It's like, yo, I just want to know if it's organized enough.
Yep.
I'm gonna decide really when I see you in person and I get a conversation out of you.
100%. It make it easier. Say we got one position and we got 35 people that applied, right?
Yeah.
If 25 of those resumes are garbage as far as multiple pages, like I said, no header on there. I don't know who submitted it, where it came from. If that's the case, then I'm throwing them out super easy. It helps me weed, not me, it helps businesses weed out the shortcomings, get them out the way. All right, now these last 10 resumes, these ones all follow the normal resume pattern. Cool. You just helped me get rid of you.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't follow a simple format.
And I feel like a lot of people go into the I don't know, I was the person, I guess when I was younger, I used to go in the mindset that I'm the most qualified, but it's not always about that. It's about how you represent yourself. That's what I'm hearing. It's like you might have an awesome story behind you, but you don't know how to tell it. It's not being told properly. You know, artists deal with that every day. They might have something going on, but it's like the resume is just like a part of representing yourself officially in whatever field that you're in. But it's part of like the marketing aspect. It's part of showing who you are.
You representing yourself in a room that you ain't never been in.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? And why would you, if you had the opportunity, would you go to be in a room, let's say, would you go be in the studio with Lil Wayne with no haircut, dirty clothes, stinking, teeth ain't brushed? No, you ain't gonna do that.
You can't do that.
You're gonna bring yourself as presentable as possible to make them think that, hey, this dude got something going on. Your resume do that for you. I think it's that simple, and I think it's that basic. If you need help with it, it's multiple programs and generators online that can make a resume for you. Just plug in some of the major pieces, and they'll put it together for you, man. You just hit print.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Man.
So how big does like the social media go into anything with like in that hiring field or anything? Do people check into that?
Oh heck yeah.
That's the thing now?
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Are you looking at it? I mean, not even just to look at your resume. Say you already got the job, right? Say the job yours, right?
Right.
Say something happens to you at work. For example, sometimes employees just quit where I'm at and they just walk out. And they so new. We don't even remember what they look like for real, right? What's the first thing I'm doing? Going to their Facebook, going to their Instagram, trying to find out what they look like. And then now I'm there. Oh man, we shouldn't have hired this person in the first place. This is terrible. I see why they walked out. Your social media plays a big role in it. I keep mine private. Mine is always private. I gotta see who you is before I accept it for sure.
Yeah.
That your credit score play a role too a lot of the time now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That blew my mind when that came up. For me to work for you, I have to have a good credit score. But how does my credit score have to do with me being a reliable person? I mean, it does.
It does.
But like, I feel like college is in that aspect. You can have a good credit score in college if you take out some loans real quick and you trying to. You got some school loans and stuff, right? But where it kind of hit people was in college. A lot of people take out credit cards. They start experimenting with their credit, and by the time they get out, they might have fucked up and not got a job in 6-7 months or something had happened, right? Mm-hmm. But in that aspect, that those credit cards started hitting, and your account, your credit score dropped. Mine did that like for a second, but I was quick on it. But it was one of them things that if you're not mentally on that, but somebody who might have had a job like fresh out of high school or something like that, they're kind of more equipped to understand credit because they've already been around either older people working in that field that they're in. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it's like that's even a head up. But a lot of college students kind of mess up their credit just not knowing or already having good credit and they don't even understand what exactly it is.
No, 100%. I ain't look at my credit score till I got out of college. Yeah. I'm like, what's on my credit score? It can't be nothing on my credit score. I haven't did anything. I went to school. So, heck yeah. Shoot, when I came out of school, I had a 670 when I first came out of school. I'm like, oh, this is lovely. Oh, yeah, it's going to be no time. It's about to be a 700 club. I ain't paid them student loans. I went down to a 400. Mm-hmm. I've been digging myself out of that hole ever since. Yeah. Ever since. Now, your student loans does hit your credit score in a different way. It doesn't hit the same way as you maxing out your credit card and ain't paid your credit card payment for the month. It's a total different factor. You could be in the 800s with $70,000 in student loans. You can do that. You could. It's a lot of movement you got to do, but you could do it. So student loans, they affect you, but not as much. Like you saying, that credit card game at that younger age, that'll definitely affect it, man. That'll do.
I was just about to say, student loans, like that's the biggest thing. Like you said, like people. That was the other thing about college that I didn't like was if I had known when I was 18 that I was gonna be in debt $40,000.
Yeah.
I would have been like, no, because after you graduate, you over here, like you said, like most of the time you're in an entry level hourly job.
Exactly.
Ain't no way you about to pay on top of your living expenses and food and whatever car you driving another $1,000, $2,000 a month.
Loans.
If student loans, it just don't even make any sense.
No, it doesn't at all. I mean, I feel like it's one of the biggest scams. I feel like it is one of the biggest scams of our country, our generations. And the government itself, it's a catch-22 for sure. Yeah, for sure. They trying to keep their leg on you from the beginning.
See, I don't know. Like my college experience is like kind of both worlds. Like I feel like mentally, I had to go to school to understand life in a certain way. I had to get out of an environment to understand that there's more out here. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's like I would still bet on myself regardless. So I would have thought I would have made it out the same environment had I not gone to school too.
Yeah. No,
I don't know. It is like you said, a catch-22, but I don't know. Half of me still feels like I needed to be away to even understand that. Like, like some of the friends I had, they didn't really go to school, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And they ain't mature. A lot of them, they the same guy, same person. And school does put you in that predicament. Cause shoot, what you at your brokest. and unless you come from the bunny, like, but you at your brokest. I remember I had $5 for 2 months, like just in my drawer. What? I can't buy nothing for $5, and what am I? And it's my last $5.
It definitely make you into like you'll turn into a finesse king, man.
Man, what 100%, man. If you didn't take risks before in school, you gonna take them in school to make sure you okay. But you still out of Walmart too. Self checkout, only ringing up the spices.
See, like when I my freshman year, man, in college, bro. So like my mom, she would give me like $25 for every 2 weeks, right? that shit was not moving at all. We couldn't do shit. So like I had I started like trying to figure out how to throw college parties. You know what I'm saying? We started trying to figure out some shit. So it might have been a few extra $100 on the side, but it was like, yo, we got to figure out how the fuck we put our names out there. We can make money off something. And to me, it's like I was just trying to figure some shit out. But $25, that we was trying to go to the movies. We trying to have some new clothes on.
You feel me?
You got to have gas money to put in your car. You know, like campus food is cool, but like low key after a party, camp is not open. You still hungry as hell. You can't really do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. You gotta hit the rallies or whatever, whatever open, but you ain't got the money, man. If you ain't got the money to make it happen, you can't make it happen. To be honest, I guess I think back, man, I don't know how I made it happen.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how the fuck did I go a whole semester with $100?
Nah, for real. Like,
no, for real.
Like, I don't get it. Well, okay, if you lived on, all right, let's try to break it down. If you lived on campus, you ain't paying no rent or nothing like that. If you don't got a car, you ain't got no car insurance, you ain't paying for gas, so you probably hopping in the whip with somebody else. Okay, so, you put yourself...
You might have a meal plan, too.
Yeah, you got a meal plan, too. So, okay, you put yourself in debt this semester, $5,000 to make sure you ain't got to pay no rent, and you eating every day. So the basics is covered. So you probably have health insurance already because you're on your parents' stuff or the university, or you had to be on the university one. So if you got sick or something, you can go get that taken care of. But as far as everything else on the kick side, man, I don't know. Shoot, you drinking terrible liquor. That's one. Christian Brothers, Palmer song.
Man, I was just somebody who's always moving around too, man. Like gas alone, bro. Like that shit, you could put $20 in your gas tank. That shit gone in 3 or 4 days. Like you can't even
easy. Oh, you know what I did? BioLife. BioLife. I sold that plasma for sure. I was doing that before college, and I took that right on to college with me. Well, for sure.
You doing that at high school?
I was doing it in high school.
How did they let you do that at high school?
Yeah, if you're 18, I was 18 in high school.
Damn.
Yeah.
Man, that's a crazy hustle. Yeah, niggas did do that shit.
Yeah. At the very end of my high school time, I did that.
That shit make you lightheaded for real?
Yeah. It depends. Like, this would be the stupid thing. So you in school, so you kicking it majority of the time, right? So you go kick it on Friday night, knowing that you need to go get plasma Saturday morning. You drinking, you making yourself dehydrated. Then you try to go in there and give them the plasma. You can't even give them the whole bag of plasma. You expecting to walk out here with $50. You walking out with $12.50 because you ain't got no more plasma in your blood because you ain't hydrated.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I didn't think about it like that. I never donated plasma before, so that's news to me. Damn, that's crazy.
I do want to circle back because you were talking about you was at Sherwin-Williams, right?
Yeah.
But are you currently still there? Or?
No. I left Sherwin-Williams in January 2022. I work for Ford now.
So even that, right? So like constantly you're putting yourself forward or thinking forward, but how did you even map that out to say, hey, I'm ready? This is the time where I think it's the time to make the jump, look for a different opportunity or a better situation for myself. So how did you even make that happen? How did you execute that, and then even like move that to where you think you're headed on today?
All right, so I think the biggest thing there.
That's a lot of question.
No, I got you. I like the question for sure. I think one of the biggest things that I think of is God never gonna put more on my plate than I can't handle.
Right.
So when I feel like I'm handling the hell out of that plate, it's probably time for me to move on. So you got to just be a good steward of noticing when it's time for you to move on. So, for example, at Sherwin-Williams, I worked a great relationship with my district manager. So I was an assistant manager when I started. So he 3 levels above me, right? So he controlled the district. So with him, I took all the information he could give me and I used it on a daily basis. I just really worked with him, and he worked with me because he seen my potential. Right, so I worked with that. Cool. That relationship got me the promotion to be the store manager. Right, so then cool. I'm store manager of a $1.7 million store. Cool. Like this is a good stepping stone. Nice. So I'm taking care of that. Now I'm ready to get out of that position for my own personal reasons. I didn't like my employees. I was in the middle of nowhere. I was in Norwalk, Ohio.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was in the middle of nowhere. I didn't like it at all. You feel me? So I'm like, okay. Can I handle the financial means that's coming into my life? Am I blowing off this money? No. I'm able to handle this a blessing that I was blessed with, so I can take on that. I just can't be out here in these sticks no more, man, with these annoying people. It's time for me to go. And at that point in time, the district manager got a promotion himself, so he left. So for the last 3.5 years, I've been promoting myself to this one guy, and now he's gone. So now I got to do this all over for a whole new person. Nah, I'm good, boss. I'm good. I'm good. I applied for a better for the next position at Sherwin-Williams. I didn't get it based off my lack of experience. I was only there for 3.5 years at that point in time. So the guy in charge at the time, he took on the person that was more senior, and which makes sense. If I'm walking into a conundrum and I got to fill some positions real quick, or I'm gonna go with the more seasoned person because hopefully they know what they're doing enough to take on that new position, right? So I don't fault them for making that decision at all, but it wasn't what I needed. You hear me? So at that time, I wanted more money and I wanted to be around family. That's what I wanted, and that's what I saw after.
Mm.
So I applied for quite a few jobs. Don't get me, I did like 30 different applications.
If you could just talk about that, because like, man, people saying two job applications. I've been applying for jobs all day. You know what I'm saying? So even that, you had to do your research to even understand. This is what I'm willing to do. This is what I want to do. This is the sacrifice or the this is what I'm willing to take off the table for this position. So how'd you even narrow it down to this is what I'm gonna do, or these are the 30 jobs? That's a lot.
Yeah, it definitely is a lot. I just mirrored it based off of the qualities that I grew from the last job. So I knew I could do a managerial position. I knew I could be an operations manager somewhere. I knew I could do somebody's payroll. Everything that I learned from those other ones, I just knew I got those characteristics, and that's what I looked for into the other jobs. So I just spent the last 3.5 years in managerism, whatever. Majorial, yeah, whatever it is. I just did that for 3.5 years. I probably should stick to that same scheme for maybe a little bit longer. That way I can keep building off that. And that's what I did. So I think the one I was shooting for the hardest was Amazon. Amazon operations manager. Oh yeah. They make crazy money when you come in that position, and that was my big goal. That's what I wanted. Prayed about it. I think having faith too. I don't know, anybody's religious background or how they believe, but I'm spiritual. I don't believe into a certain religion, but I do believe in God. So with that being said, as I'm looking for these jobs, I'm writing it down too. I'm manifesting what I want. So I'm writing down to God. I made a list of everything that I was looking for in a position. I wrote all that down. And then I also went online, I looked for those jobs, and I applied for those jobs. And then as I applied for those jobs, and I researched the job on the back end side, okay, this is the job I think I want right here. Dear Heavenly Father, I pray to you that I get this job, and you gotta be extremely specific too. Like, I want this job, making this amount of money, working this many hours. I want this size apartment with this many bathrooms, paying this much a month. I did all of that. I did all of that because I also had to move to take on the positions too. So I did all of that, and I think that's what helped me get what I wanted as well. So Indeed is great because you can upload your resume on there and you can fast apply for jobs. So you can apply for 5 jobs in 30 minutes with no problem. You just clicking a few buttons. You can also put your resume into the boxes for it, and when it sends out your resume to those jobs, it'll format it to be a resume for them to view it better and do that. I got calls from Michigan for quite a few jobs. They just weren't paying numbers that I was looking for.
That's dope. That's dope. So doing all that, it's like you're obviously having success in your career, right? But that's also a balance. So how do you even balance that off with personal life, things that's going on around you? Or is there anybody that you talk to or things that you take to keep you level, balanced all around?
I ain't gonna lie to you, that's my current interpersonal battle right now.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're not putting your 100% into something, you can't expect to get 100% back. So right now I got to pick. Do I want to put 100% into my social life or 100% into myself, or do I want to put 100% into this job so I can get back 100%? I'm young. I'm 27. This is the time where I feel like I can work hard now so I don't have to work hard later. So right now I'm fighting with giving 100% to my job, at the same time having a personal life so I can maintain my sanity. Because I do not, they paying me for my time. They're paying me for 40 plus hours a week. But am I going to give them my mental too?
Yeah.
Right.
So I think you got to come up with your own way for that one too. Because I'm still trying to figure it out myself.
That was I could feel you on that. Like when I was out in Vegas before I came back home, that was pretty much the reason why I came back home, was because I was working, basically from sun up to sundown at the solar job, knocking on doors. It was a door-to-door position, but it paid really well.
Yeah.
So I was knocking on doors every day. The clubs were shut down. I was a club promoter before. The clubs were shut down. The restaurants were closed. We couldn't even be around each other, because they had the guidelines and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was basically alone by myself, no family in Vegas
Mm-hmm.
when it's nothing's going on, and I'm just working my ass off at this company who doesn't really give a fuck about
Not
me
you.
at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So it was that I had to choose: do I want to stay here in this position, or do I want to go back home to be around family? And I chose to be around people who love and care for me and stuff like that. But that's tough, bro. Like to manage, like you said, you're young. You want to, obviously you want to do well in your career, but at the same time, investing in your mental health, investing in your people, investing in your social life is very important. You gotta have that time.
No,
For sure.
very, very important. Shoot, I remember like being in school, like my best friend. You feel me? So like, I remember being in school. So we might talk like maybe once a week, maybe once a week. But as I've gotten older and I'm running into more adult like things, I needed that support system from my mother, though. You feel me? Or just from my friend, I needed that. So like now I'm calling you, maybe 2-3 times a day, maybe with I need you to pray for me, or I just need your advice on this, or what do you think I should do for this situation, which is the same thing as advice, but what do you think I should do in this situation? Having that structure and that support system behind you, whether you're trying to do something for yourself as an entrepreneur, or if you're trying to climb up a corporate ladder, you need that, man. You need that. Everybody don't. Some people, like you said, can shoot out to Vegas and turn into a multi-dollar millionaire by themselves. I think a lot of people need that support system. Without it, man, you just talking to yourself.
Facts. Damn. Facts.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to lighten it up, man. We go into about talk about fashion pieces, man. So we talk a little bit about what you got on, man.
Today a cool day. I've been big into streetwear lately. So it's Supreme hoodie, fitted, custom fitted, Cartier glasses, off-white 5 Jordans.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, hitters.
So it's like fashion always been your thing. That's always been something you've been into, or did you like gradually?
So when I was younger, I really liked fashion, but definitely didn't have the money for it. And then, back then, we wearing tall tees, baggy jeans, stuff like that. And then I don't come from much neither. So with that being said, like I liked it. I always knew how to put it together.
Yeah.
But the quality of it may have not been the best. You know what I mean? So like I remember one time in middle school, came to middle school. This is when I moved up here. This is when I moved to Detroit. In middle school, I came to school. I had on a white and blue striped button up. I threw the matching sweater on top of it. Threw the jeans on. The jeans had some kind of print on it that went with it too, right? So that like at that time that was fire. You feel the way I put it together. But then on the shoe side, I had some classic Reeboks. And they was whispering the whole time. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like I was getting roasted off the whisper. They ain't say nothing about the outfit. Actually, I got compliments on the outfit, but the shoes, like, dog, what is you doing?
Yeah.
So when I was younger, yeah, fashion was the thing. I just didn't have the means for it. When I got to Detroit, that definitely changed my idea of fashion, what it was. Beforehand, I just thought it was how you put it together. I get here, it's about the quality of what you have and how you put it together. It's more about the quality of what you have, because people put on any damn thing and think they fly all the time, especially here. If it say Gucci, Louis, or how do you think you fly? It's not a fact. But then when I got to college, that's where I think I really evolved. I was able to take Detroit fashion, mix it with Cleveland fashion, because I got so many friends from Cleveland, and I was able to put it together and get to where I'm at now. So yeah, I've always been into fashion.
So has it been like an iconic fashion piece, or like, you know what I'm saying, maybe being a shoe or a release that you have that's like, man, that's just like a special piece that you gotta have, or it's like it's always gonna be in your closet no matter what. Like for me, it's Aquas.
The Aqua H.
Retro, yeah, Aqua H 2015 release.
Yeah.
Those ones that came out, but those are just special to me. You feel me? Not they timeless. It's just something about those.
Them the ones. Okay. I got 2 pairs. When it comes to shoes, I got 2 pair.
Yeah.
All right. My first pair is the He Got Game 13s, the 2013 release.
Okay.
Them was a gift to me. So being that it was a gift, that made me cherish it. And then I don't even think I had a pair of Jordans before then.
Word.
A real pair. I'm lying. I had a pair of Fusion Forces, the Fusion 4s. I had them. But like a real retro Jordan, I think 2013 was the first time I got a pair of real retro Jordans. I got them and another pair like Olympic 7s the same year. The other ones is my Balenciaga runners, not the sock runners that everybody have. I got the runners. The sock ones are the trainer runners. I got the runners. Okay. And I think those are so iconic to me because Shit, that's the first designer shoe that I paid full price for. And it was cracking for them joints too. It was like $7.15 or something like that when I got them. Yeah, and that was a few years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah. I think those are my most iconic when it comes to shoes for me. Now, do I have some heat? Hell yeah, I got some heat, but for me.
Yeah, for sure. I know you. You had said you were talking about like people just put on designer and expect that. So is there like a way you got to put the fit together? Like how do you put together the invincible like the hater proof fit? You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
makes sense. Like how do you put that fit together?
I think when you put it together, it doesn't always have to have branding on it. For one, it don't have to have the biggest word Gucci on it. See, when you get into the high fashion, the quality itself stands out a lot. So if you know clothes, I can tell like, oh, that's a very well made sweater. That is probably cashmere, real cashmere. That thing fire. That costs a couple of dollars. So for me, when it comes to high fashion, I might have on one piece that has branding on it, maybe the jean or the top, but both of them ain't gonna be super brandy. And I wouldn't do the whole fit all high end designer neither. I'll throw in a streetwear portion to it too. So I just break it up. Like maybe like if the sweater Gucci, might do a pair of like Subi jeans.
Okay.
And then go ahead and throw on. I could do dress shoes, or you could do a sneaker.
Yeah.
Depending on what the function is, for real. But like for me, when I put an outfit together these days, I start with the pieces. So a lot of people start with the shoes and work their way around it. Don't get me wrong, I still do that. But if I go in the closet, like, man, I haven't wore that hoodie yet, or I haven't wore them jeans in a long time, I'm gonna start with that, and I'm gonna build around that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think another big thing when it comes to fashion too is like, yeah, the nice high-end things are nice, but they're very temporary. So if you don't have the financial means to consistently stay up on Gucci and to stay up on Louis, to stay in the latest stuff, then you shooting yourself in the foot. You're never going to get ahead. You'll always be broke because you're trying to buy that. So what a big thing that I do is, and this was taught to me by somebody else, man, you just need some expensive accessories that's timeless pieces, and always put that on. That'll make your H&M fit look way more than just the H&M fit.
Cause I feel like if you buy some like if you buying like Gucci shoes or certain sneakers that come out, sometimes you might have a year, even if they're crispy shoes, you might have a year in them because you can't wear them the same way if they come out with a whole new line the next year. Just because it's
Exactly.
but with Jordans or certain shoes, you can keep wearing them because it's the nostalgia of them. But with high fashion, it's kind of like it is about what's the latest of it though.
Yep.
So if you rocking something from last year and you rocking it like it's new, it's kind of like damn, you know what I'm saying?
Yep, 100%, 100%. Like I don't even wear my Balenciaga runners I was just talking about no more, because then they came out with the trainers, the sock ones that everybody wear,
Yeah.
and then you got the big boy Balenciagas, the triple S's. Like I don't even, it got passed on so fast. So yeah, I don't wear them as often. I might wear them to dress up if I got on like a pair of slacks or a turtleneck or something. I
Yeah.
like throwing them on. But other than that, yeah, I ain't wearing them like I was wearing them then. It does come very temporary. So for example, I would say if I was to give you advice on how to look as fire as possible for as cheap as possible, I would buy a memorable belt. So like go get you a Gucci belt.
Facts, yeah.
Got you the Gucci belt, and go ahead and grab you like a pair of sneaks that's just gonna live forever. They could be Gucci sneaks, but I would go with more of a timeless monogram on it if it has a monogram,
Yeah.
or the timeless stripes on it.
Question though, why like cause you would get a Gucci belt over a Louis V?
Shit, Gucci cheaper than Louis. a Gucci belt $500, Louis belt $700. It's a little difference. If the Gucci belt already a problem for you, that Louis belt gonna be a big problem for you. So, but Gucci is always acceptable, always sounds. Louis is too. Don't get me wrong, but like Gucci is Gucci. I mean, so I would get the Gucci belt.
I damn near try to stay with that, like try to go up because that Louis, I don't know, it's something, it just don't look old to me, man.
Yeah.
I feel like Gucci, like I don't really get into Gucci items, but like bro, I don't know, everybody has that. That's like the thing. I get into the sense or something, but like the actual like Louis to me would be as a belt accessory. I don't know. What you feel about that?
Yeah, I do, because a lot of people can't afford it. That's why you don't see it.
Yeah.
That's what it boiled down to. That's why everybody got on the Gucci. Gucci a little bit cheaper.
Yeah.
I mean, MCM belts was the thing for a little minute,
Facts,
because the
facts.
MCM belts was cheaper.
Facts,
You feel me? It
yeah.
costs more, but it's cheaper.
Yeah.
So, shoot, I still got one. I don't wear it, but yeah, I got one too. But yeah, no matter which way you go, no matter which belt you buy, whether Gucci, Louis, Prada, Fendi, whatever you want to do on your belt side, just get you a nice pair of shoes to go with it too. But you can't go too crazy with them though, because if you go too crazy, and you can only wear them a few times. After that, it's like, dang, dude, you got the same shoes on again.
Yeah.
So you get you a cool pair that don't stand out too much. But if you look at it, oh yeah, them is Gucci's or them is Louis. All right, dog, got some right, and then you can go get the whole rest of the fit from H&M. And make it, but you got to be able to be fashionable with the H&M side.
So talk about the belt too. So for people going to that, so would you say when you're spending that much for a belt, should you go for basic colors or should you go for like something that's a little bit out there?
Basic. Get you the black joint or the brown joint, or if you want to spend the extra, what is like extra 100, maybe it's like I think it's extra 100. Get the reversible. So now you got 2 belts in one.
Yeah.
Hear me? So that's how I would do. I would just get the basic colors. That way you can wear it with any suit, any streetwear, any high fashion. You can play however you want to.
And I know we were talking about this a little bit last night in the session. But watches has been a thing. Like me, I've been off jewelry for the past like year. I haven't really been into jewelry or anything like that. But I noticed it's hard to just wear a regular watch. I think the most I've spent for a watch maybe been like $700, $750 or something like that. But even that to me is like something where if it's not like you said like Rolex or certain brands, it's almost in certain instances it's like you shouldn't have even had a jewelry on in the first place. Damn near.
Don't even buy it. But I think it's about the culture and where you live as well. We living in a city now where bust down everything. You feel me? And it gotta be it can't even be a day just no more. You feel me? It gotta be the best rollie out ever. You feel me? Like $100,000 rollie with no ice on it. It gotta be like the ones. But that's just where we live at too though. But I bet you if you go somewhere else, like I live in Lima, Ohio now. You feel me? If you go to Lima, Ohio, you ain't seeing nobody in no Rolex. You feel me? Unless, they live that lifestyle to have on a Rolex. So you can wear Citizens in Lima, Ohio, but in Detroit, I think it's like, say that $400. You better off buying a belt.
Man, if that, you better off having like a smooth bracelet on or something like that.
Yeah.
Damn near, like you just having a little smooth bracelet, whatever the brand or designer may be. But like if you don't have that certain watch, damn near, don't even.
Then it right.
Yeah.
Can I buy a Rolex? Yes. Am I going to buy a Rolex right now? Hell no.
I think a Rolex plane would be a good investment though.
100%. Yeah. It'd be a good investment, but just right now for me, it is not a good financial move for me right now. You can go find you a cheap Rolex. You get your Rolex that's in mint condition for $4,000, $5,000. It's gonna be something simple. It'll probably be a 36 and not a 42 or not 41. But you can find it, but that's still just not a necessity of mine. So me, ever since college, I've been rocking an Apple Watch.
Yeah.
Apple Watch, throw the little band on it. You feel me? Throw a little gold or silver band on it, and just stay clean. Because you don't have to go buy a $10,000 watch.
I was meaning like even say that in college. Like I've always seen you somebody. To me, I always picture you had an Apple Watch on because you was always busy. So I didn't see you talking on your Apple Watch before or something like that. So like you was always. Is that like to me that kind of just plays a part into organization for you, doesn't it?
100%. It's multifaceted. Dude, I can't talk to my Rolex. You feel me? I can't respond on my Rolex. My Rolex don't tell me if my heart stopped. You feel me? So yeah, just the Apple Watch or any smartwatch is just I think is a good in the middle situation. Yeah. And then you can get the more expensive ones too. Like Apple got the real gold one. You can get the Hermes bands for them and whatever. You can get the Rolex faces for them now and all that stuff. So it's very multifaceted. I'm rocking the Apple Watch. I'm rocking the Apple Watch till I just feel like blowing the bag.
So you said like overall the most efficient ways to shop is to make sure you go hard with the accessories. Make sure the shoes are on point, but you want to stay away from if you're going top of the line designer, you can't go too crazy because people will notice those shoes next year, definitely.
100%.
But keep it on accessories. Maybe keep a plain T-shirt if you can, but it's more so plain. You save money on the jeans. That's what you're saying, like.
Yeah. I do not buy the expensive jeans. Do I have purple jeans? Yes. Do I have Subies? Yes. Do I have IG Star? Yes. But majority of my closet is more non-name brand denim than anything.
So too, because I did stupid shit like in college where I had spent like $1,400 one week just on like Jordans, right? The dumbest shit I could have done. Like
college?
That shit was stupid. But like, how does somebody accumulate or get their closet or get the wardrobe up to speed, or how like you would say, all right, cool, you keep it, you can swap things in and out, you can
How do you build?
and you can keep the value. I know a lot of people now, it's like when they get certain items, when they don't want them, they go ahead and they sell them. So you just keep that in rotation. But how do you build essentially?
How do you build? You got to know what your essentials are. So you got to have jeans with no holes in them. You got to have jeans with holes in them. You got to have an endless amount of white tees. You got to have an endless amount of black tees. You got to have hoodies, crew necks, or sweaters. If you could get those basics and get those plain, in my suggestion, plain, like no logos on them, or something that's just timeless, like a polo, something like that. That's your basis, and then from there you can start adding layers to it or taking things away for you to be able to build off of it.
Yeah.
And I think another thing that goes back into the financial portion of building your closet is definitely use your consignment stores. Use them stores that's reselling other people's Bape and Gucci and Louis. Use that. Hey, who gonna know that you bought it used? Nobody but you. You hear me? Yeah. So get it. Make sure it's in good condition when you buy it. Use that. On top of that, when I shop, I definitely shop for sales. I know what time of the year is the when to look. You got to know, you buy your summer clothes in the winter because that's when it's going out and it's on sale, and vice versa. On top of that, you got to know what websites to use to find good sales. In clothing, that's a very, very good one. That'll get you high fashion and streetwear, and it'll be on sale a lot of the time, so you can do that.
So do you shop online more so, or are you in person type of?
Yeah, online.
Okay.
Online. Do I buy it offline? Yes, but I hate buying stuff online because you can't try it on. And I'm odd built and like my arms hella long, so I got to try my hoodies on. So I might have to buy a small and a large and send one back. You feel me? Yeah. So that's one thing. And another big thing with today's time is reselling. Dude, do not get caught up in buying stuff for resale, in my opinion. Yeah. In my opinion. I don't buy nothing for resale. I only buy for retail.
Damn.
I can point out what I bought for resale.
You have any tragic stories? Somebody got caught up in like buying something resale and all that shit, which is fake?
No, I haven't ran into it.
Is that like the scariest, like the worst thing that can happen? Everything, all this shit just fake?
It's fake. Yeah, it's bad because you was expecting something like that, but you need to be a better steward of what you buying. You need to know what to be looking for when it comes to fake stuff and real stuff. You need to look at the stitch. You need to look to see if it got the X's on it with the black light. You need to pay attention to what you got going on before you do it. And if you do, just find you another square to sell it to. Get it off yourself. They got you. You better get somebody else just so you can get back on, cut your losses, buddy.
Oh man.
No, 100%. Like I remember back in the day, like when I bought my Concord, I remember I bought like a Gucci. It was in high school. I got a job at Kohl's. I had some money, so I was buying like Jordans. I was buying Gucci belts. I was buying all this shit, and I would study. Like I had literally studied. Like, okay, like Gucci belt is fake if it has too many G's in the wrong spot.
There you go.
Like the Jordan is fake if the bottom of the sneaker, the stitching, the checkered isn't right.
There
like,
you go.
You gotta like study your shit. Like make sure like. Same thing if you're buying Yeezys. Like I know people don't buy Yeezys all the time, but like I see some people walk around with some fake Yeezys they thought were real Yeezys.
Yep.
Because they bought that shit off of resale. They didn't do their homework.
So how do y'all like pull somebody aside and be like, hey bro, this shit's fake?
I don't. That is not my job.
Damn.
I am not the fashion police.
I don't get paid enough to be telling people what they can't wear.
Right. Some people sensitive though. You can't tell them stuff and they'll get wild. Then you got to sit a nigga down.
See, I didn't like I couldn't really spot the fake shit in high school. But like when I got older, I started realizing that a lot of people in my high school was wearing some fake ass shit.
Yeah. Man,
getting away with it.
You can even have it. You can have it real, but the way you put it together made me think it's fake.
Damn.
100%. Like, all right. What's one of the biggest things in the city is that niggas like have to buy, broke or not? White buffs.
Buffs. I'm about to say
white buffs. You feel me? So yeah, you got on buffs, but your whole outfit garbage. You really a bum. So I'm thinking your buffs is bums too. You feel me? Like why would you promote yourself to have on? You just showing us that you have terrible money management. Instead of paying for anything else, I'm gonna buy an expensive pair of glasses.
Yo, cause.
It's like I think that's the one exception, like the one Detroit exception. Like no matter, like you said, no matter what circumstance you in, you could be on your last dollar. you put them bucks on, you feel like $1,000,000. You feel like you can go. You feel like you
Hey,
the trap.
look.
You feel like you the trapper of the year. Like you about to go win
Yeah,
an
you
award.
could have had a bad day, you know what I'm saying? Shit bad, your account negative, but when you put them bucks on, you get in the car, bro, you feel like you about to go run that bitch up real quick, bro.
I feel you. I guess don't nobody know what you're going through but you. But if you got buffs on and you riding in the goddamn Nissan Altima with a what's the little tire?
A donut.
With a donut on, the AC don't work, the bumper falling off. When you hop out, you got on a dirty white tee and
So
two
fuck.
big jeans and some fucked up ones. What's real? What's right? You need to set them glasses and get another car.
Oh, man.
Priorities.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I love my city, man. You just I don't know. I don't think I see that on an everyday basis. I ain't gonna say that.
Nah, you don't see that everyday basis at all.
I seen that.
But I can't say it has been a thing where like people would make it a thing. Like say talking to you talk to somebody. It's a very important thing. I'm saving up for these bucks.
Mhm.
Like I'm really putting money aside. The same way you go somewhere else, they put money aside for a car. People really talk about I'm about to go put down this amount for these bucks up here. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the crazy thing that I just don't wrap my head around yet is you put all that energy into buying that one thing that can't help you in any fashion. I mean, okay, it could. Oh, he got on white buffs. Oh, he cool, let him through. I don't know what example that is, but
it's all cool if you can afford it. It makes sense. Like
Right,
yeah, if you
right.
can afford it. But like you said, if it's getting to the way of you actually getting to the bag, like I'd sell everything if I had to get to the next point. If somebody said it's a light at the end of this tunnel. You can have everything you want. You just gotta go sell these, and say, bro, I'm selling these, man.
yeah, 100%.
If I'm really out, I don't care about this right now.
Yesterday it was snowing and raining, right?
Yeah.
I seen a nigga walking into Montclair.
Walking in a Montclair.
Walking into Montclair. First off, is that Montclair real? Because why the hell are you walking into Montclair?
Montclair, yeah, that shit came up. But I think like you said, the 2020, 2021, that scamming, man, like that shit just took everything out the.
You right.
It took everything out of here.
You
man.
right. That changed up the whole game.
Yeah. I think too, it's about priorities. Like most times, like you got grown ass men with like fucked up priorities.
Oh yeah,
and
100%.
And a lot of times, like you think, like you said, like I know you got a job right now, but that's not what you're about to end. Clearly you it was like you about to put yourself in a position to own your own. Like you're gonna own your own business one day.
Yeah, I got two. What?
Yeah, you're gonna be successful one day. But a lot of niggas like their life goal is to like wake up every day, smoke as much weed as they can, and entertain themselves for the day. Go to and then maybe fuck on a bitch and then do it again. Get drunk and then do it again.
Man, that sounds like college.
Which was a vibe when you like 18, 19, 20, 21.
Yeah.
Like
Use that
35.
35 and you doing
36.
Because when you young, you can use that as an excuse. Like if it's a 19-year-old, 20-year-old, it's like, man, I just got partied, man. I'm lit. You liable to be like, hey, bro, just make sure you wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? You liable to say some shit like that to a young nigga. But if it's like a 35-year-old, like you said, coming up to you, man, I was lit last night. I was dinner. Bro, what? You know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
What you
No,
doing?
but it's acceptable though if you got your shit going on though at 36. You feel me? If you worth something, you got some kind of motion going on. Hell yeah, fuck off in the club and fuck all the hoes you want. But if you 36 and you ain't got no motion, or you still punching somebody else's clock with no benefit to your life, then what the hell are you doing?
Right.
Yo, you lost in the sauce.
Hey, AD, I want to ask you this too.
Yeah.
So like I noticed you said it like money was like a motivator. So like y'all want to make more money, right?
Mhm.
But is it about the money or is it about the freedom? Because it's like I don't know. Some people, if they looked at the money, some people dream it's like if I want to make 60,000 or 70,000, right?
Yeah.
And they do that. They're cool with making that for the rest of their life.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But if it's really about that, it's like, what is it really about? How do you keep motivating yourself to say, no, like this is a new goal, or it's not necessarily the money, it's that like this creating opportunities, the money will come. But how do you wrap your like make that happen, or what are your ideas or thoughts about that?
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna like my answer because it is about the money.
Mhm.
It's all about the money for me right now. Right now it is. As I've been growing, I was talking about family and have communication with my mom and moving, wanting to be around family a little bit more. That has came into my factor a little bit more. But like, man, my girlfriend hated because my goal is money. I gotta secure the dollar so I can be able to do anything else. If I don't secure the bag, then what else I'm doing?
But I noticed you say like also you have other businesses going on, right?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that's like they're about the money. I feel like when you kind of they cap out sometimes. Like somebody it's a like I'm willing to. You got people that they get hired at their job, they stay these hours, they all about the money, they just go to work. Like I know if I stay here, right?
Mhm.
But it's that foresight to be like, yeah, I'm making money, but I can make more.
Yeah.
Like,
I see what you're saying a little bit more now. That's another interpersonal thing that you got to have for yourself. Everybody has different standards of living, right? So, like for example, my current job now, people don't come to work. People use FMLA or call off, whatever they need to do, right? And it's like people first need to be like, man, I don't know how they living. Well, my idea of living is more than likely different from theirs, especially if they've been doing this for the last 20 years and they ain't tried to move up yet. You feel me? So I gotta have stainless steel appliances. I feel like I gotta have stainless steel appliances. I have to have hardwood floors. When I turn the water on, it gotta be hot. Some people don't live to that same standard. You know, just having the bare basic essentials to how we was living in college is cool for some people. As long as they got enough money to pay for their vices, they happy.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're gonna be stuck on that wheel for the rest of your life if you don't change that up big time. So I think it's just about your idea of what you want. Well, I watch house videos all day on Instagram. Oh yeah, my crib gonna be like that. Yeah, my crib gonna have to be like that because I'm gonna build my own house. So mine gonna be this way, that way. Like I watch things and I manifest it.
How many bedrooms?
At least 4.
4 bedrooms.
Yeah, at least 4 bedrooms. I don't want to have no more than 2 kids when I do have kids. So 4 bedrooms. 4 bedroom, the 2-story closet. That's a must.
2-story closet. Okay.
Oh, what? Well, look that up, man, when you get some time.
No, I seen one before. Yeah.
Fire. I gotta have a 2-story closet. If not a 2-story closet, I gotta have like a room that is a closet. I mean, like a bedroom, but it's just dedicated to being a closet. I gotta have that, and I gotta have a dog basement with a full wet bar. Like it's just some necessities that I have to have in my own personal house. But yeah, man, that's why some people can get, just back to the original question, people get content with certain lifestyles, probably because they never thought they was gonna get there. And then when they do, like, woo, this is the best. Or ain't nobody in their background telling them, hey, bro, you know you can do better. You know you can turn that V6 to a V8.
Yeah. What businesses you working on right now?
Real estate. So me and one of my brothers, Shadi, we got our own business, real estate business called ADEE Investments. But that's not the only thing we do with it, though. But real estate is like the key aspect of it, flipping and management. So that's my biggest thing right now. I've been reading, learning a lot more about that. But it's a full business. We got the LLC done, and EIN and everything, credit lines opened up. So we there with it. I'm just trying to make sure I make the right steps as I'm walking through it. Of course, I'm not gonna get all of them right, but that's my one that I'm working on the most.
I think like for all of that, even when you open in a business, the first step is just doing it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
just
a
doing
lot of that shit. When you going through life, a lot of shit applies to other stuff. Like you doing certain jobs, or if you just excelling, you can take those same things you learn, those same basics, and apply it to other stuff. That's why you can see people be successful in multiple fields, because it's not necessarily like it's the principles or small things that they can take away and apply in so many different ways and keep it moving. So
100%. The only reason why I'm trying to take steps as I do this one and do it a little bit slower, because nobody ever talk about the hiccups that they run into. And when you start playing with governments and taxes and laws, other things come into factor. So I'm just trying to make sure I don't step on the wrong foot as I'm going through that, trying to make sure everything at least copacetic. If anything, I'd rather take just a fine than looking at some real time because I didn't do something right. So I just want to make sure I'm following the rules correctly so I don't have to worry about anything bad.
It's like a philosophy. I mean to cut you off. A philosophy I followed as a kid is that I didn't always know what I wanted to do. Right? Of course, like I wanted to do music, but I just didn't want to sit inside the house. I didn't want to just be in the crib. So I tried to do everything I could at that specific time. So like just talking to you, you have a certain businesses going on. You might have this career set, but that's not truly what AD wants. Like AD might want to. When he turned 35, he might want to sit at the house and be the best like TV watcher or something like that, right?
Yeah.
But you just doing everything that you can right now until you figure out this is exactly
100%. So I'm gonna try it out. Do this, do a little bit of that, knock my head a few times, and then make that real life decision. A big thing too, I think, just talking to people, man, talking to people who are in those places that you want to be in, just have those conversations with them. So with that being said, I had a driver before when I worked at Sherwin's. Had a driver. He was like 70-something years old when I got there. He used to deliver our paint for us part time. Dog did real estate. He bought a lot of real estate, flipped in it in that little area of Huron, Ohio. He was a multimillionaire.
Mm-hmm.
You had a bad divorce, took everything from me.
Damn.
Yeah, so getting married, that scared me too, but that's another topic. But took everything from me, and he was able to redo it again and you know, try out other business avenues from what he learned from there. So he ended up quitting and, you know, doing his own business thing on the side. But talking to the people in those places to be able to get the experiences from them. So I say that to say too though, for men, we don't start to see money until we 35. We live in a different day and age now, which you got social media, which you can get rich off on social media now, big time, or you can become a rapper really easy because of the resource that you have. But just normally, men really don't hit their financial high point until 35.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And then it just keeps on soaring or goes down based off what you do with it from there. So I'm just trying to move it from 35 to 30. You feel me? I'm just trying to see it a little sooner so I can, you know, hit my pinnacle a little later.
But even if you said that, imagine like everything that I feel like we always get better as we get older. Imagine all the things you learn, you get to about 30, 35, you still gonna have more money.
Right.
You're gonna be that person times 10. You feel what I'm saying?
Right, 100%. And that's exactly what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to retire by 50.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to see 65 retirement. If I could retire earlier, that's even better, but 50 for sure.
And that's crazy because like we don't really got to go into detail about this, but like the Tom Brady situation, you know what I'm saying? His girl leaving him, or they end up getting a divorce or something like that because he didn't want to retire at football, right?
Right.
But realistically, he only 42 years old. That's asking somebody to retire from like their career and how that translates. But like I know people who don't retire until their 60s.
Yeah,
You know?
65, yeah.
So even retiring at 50 low key is early. Warren Buffett still ain't retired. You know what I'm saying?
He don't need to retire. His job is his livelihood. It's a little different, but yeah.
but most people don't even look for retirement at that age. So it's kind of crazy to even say like I want to retire at 50.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like even that is still young. To even have what you want to you still have so many more years to figure out what's your next avenue. But I don't know, man. In this day and age, people don't retire until like 65, and even after that, they still have a job.
Yeah,
They
still have a
something
job.
to make
100%. 100%. I mean, also too, you got to take in consideration everything that we're going through right now, or not just right now, within these last years. Social Security doesn't hit the same as it did before. The percentage of what you give to Social Security is totally different, even though they still take that great ass amount out your check. So that's different. The housing market, 100% right now is totally different. The cost of medicine, just the cost of life itself costs more than what it did when we implemented Social Security into our financial government. So with that being said, if 65 ain't even really the number to retire no more, it's really 70. And then our life expectancy now is 72 for men. So yeah, you really on this game. You really only in this game to play for 2 years for real now. So there's some big adjustments that need to be made. They're not gonna be made because they don't want you to win at the end of the day. So you know they want to keep their thumb on you, keep you paying taxes forever. So with all that being said, just set yourself up as early as you can in life so that you are not running that rat race forever.
Exactly.
That's what it is, man. Make sure you putting away into your 401k if you have that option. A lot of jobs match your 401k, so you want to be able to tap into that. Start building on your Roth RIA. That way, that money's it's already taxed. So when it's time to pull out that money is what it is. Understand compounding interest. So, buying life insurance at a young age and being able to know the difference between term and life, and that way you're able to borrow against and become your own bank, so you're not going to the bank. It's so many things that we're not taught in a financial institution that makes it.
I have a family member that does insurance. I was talking to him over the summer about some of those things. Of course, like, we still young in that aspect. A lot of people don't even start thinking about these things until their 30s. But he was just telling me keep your eye on that. But before anything, I know we've been here for a second, but I kind of want to move into like the inspiration behind you doing music. You have so many things going on.
Yeah.
What gives you the inspiration to even want to set things aside to me like, yo, I want to come in here and record. I want to figure out what I have to offer musically, or what kind of gets you into that headspace, because it's also a sense of I'll say motivation you got to have to even see a project through, to even see a song through, keep coming back, organize that. So why put that extra on your plate now?
Now, shit, financially, I can afford it now. That's the number one thing.
Yeah.
But shoot, let me turn off my Davies side and get into like my shit talking AD side. Like,
It's a switch right now. Yeah.
yeah, even though I work a 9 to 5, I'm still doing the same shit these rappers is doing. Especially the up and coming rappers. Like, I'm living the same lifestyle. I'm driving the same cars. I'm wearing the same clothes. I'm able to fuck on the same hoes. I drink the same liquor. Like, everything that come down to it, I'm doing the same thing. So while I already fit in the lifestyle and the image of it, when it's time to talk about it, I'm doing the same thing. You talk about the same thing. That's one. Two, a lot of the times these rappers don't be saying shit.
Yeah.
For me, I grew up off Wayne. Metaphors, assemblies. That's like, if you're not dropping metaphors, assemblies in your rap, it ain't it. You can even be doing the goofy rap like Rio and them, saying crazy shit. It's still metaphors and that, and people do not do that no more. So I feel like that's something I bring to the table, or I can bring to the table, and it's just time for me to say something. You feel me? Like, I'm modest in a lot of things that I do, and it's just time for me to show out in a lot of aspects, man. I've been told all my life too that I had to voice the rap. Like, my voice itself sounds like a rapping voice, or I should be saying something to somebody somehow, and it's just time for me to put it on there. Now I got the extra money to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Sada said something that he like, man, everybody ain't supposed to be a rapper. If you got some extra money, shit, we need more restaurants. We need more laundromats. You feel me? And he right. Rapping ain't for everybody. And who's to say this rap career that I'm going after right now is for me? Who knows? But shit, I'm gonna try to put as much time and passion into it as I can, so I can be able to see if it is for me or not.
You have any expectations or any goals that you see yourself accomplishing in, I guess, the near future with music?
Yeah. I think I hold the capacity to be able to be locally known. And let me not say locally. At least in the Midwest. Do I think I compose the level to be a mainstream artist right now?
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not aiming to be the next little baby. I'm not aiming for that. But I do think if you're going to do something, you need to aim for the best. At the same time, I'm still procuring who I am as an artist as well. So right now, I don't see that for myself yet, because I'm still trying to get my own sound, my own flow. I'm trying to establish that myself.
But essentially, what you're saying is like, even without rap, you still live in the same lifestyle. Like,
Oh yeah.
this is your every, like, the bottles, or because I can have conversations from you just about different types of liquor. Like, you're
Yeah.
really
Court collectors.
you really like, so the music is just a compliment to the life that you already like. It's just telling the story of the things you already doing.
That's exactly all. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. I'm not just going in there just saying the stuff that I want to see, or that I want to feel, or I want to touch. Nah. I'm talking about what I'm really doing. I'm really living this type of lifestyle. Like, when you with me, you ain't paying for no liquor more than likely. I mean, okay, if you guys, we might split a bottle, but it's the hoes around, and you ain't spending no money, no liquor. You got to drink the better of the liquor. If we eating, we gonna eat on something good. We ain't gonna eat on just bullshit unless we on the move. If you're on the move, then that's totally different. But if you got the time to really, sit down and eat something, we gonna eat good too. You feel me? We gonna experience all that good shit that everybody promotes, that is the lifestyle to have and what you wanna do. I've been here.
So yeah, for people, like, what is it? What is the importance of making sure when you do something, or like this, the essential would be like, if you buying something, make sure you spend the money that you're gonna buy to buy the best of the quality. So what is it about having the best quality, or exposing others to it? Like, you already know you can do that, you can get it yourself, but how important is it for the people around you to also, like, if we somewhere, we're gonna eat the best. If we're going here, we're gonna make sure we do it the best. But how important is it for you to also have or show people that around you? You know what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
incorporate that.
Because the top lonely.
Yeah.
That statement been said forever. The top is lonely. It's not fun when you the only one that's in here drinking how you drink. You the drunk one.
Yeah.
Because you can afford it. Or you full as hell, but you ate by yourself.
Right.
It's boring. So I want to expose people to that other stuff so they can experience it with me too.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to do this shit just by myself all the time. I want to be able to link up and be able to have it done across the board. And if you stuck in a spot, or if you stuck in a certain idea or something, I want to expose you to something better. I want to expose you to something better, not to just say I did it, or I got you hip to that nigga. Nah. I want to see the smile on your face now when you open it up, that bottle, and you drinking it now because you like it. Or you don't want to eat a well done steak, now you like a medium well. You see what I'm saying? Like, I just want you to be able to experience the fullness of what there is to experience for whatever that experience is. I want to see you smile. I want to see you have a good time. I want to see you evolve as a person too.
I think you hit it on the head too. I think a lot of times people want to be like get into the rap scene or like become a rapper for the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like everybody wants the rapper lifestyle. They want the girls, they want the hoes, they want the food, they want the clubs and all that shit that comes with it. But like you said, like, and that's something I can kind of relate to you on that too. Like when I was out in Vegas as a club promoter, I was at the #1 nightclub every night.
Yeah.
I was at a bottle service table that cost $10,000 every night. I was at a 5-star dinner that's at any one of the best casinos in the world every night. So it's like I was almost boring to a certain extent. It was just like, damn, this shit kind of boring. Like,
It get boring too, though. You know, when you're doing it all the time.
and that's why I would always bring my friends. I would throw parties. I would bring my friends to the club and get them in free. Everybody cut the rope in line. We cut the big ass line and we in the section, like,
Yeah.
and that kind of stuff that comes with it. But I will say this though, like you said, like, the only thing about that is like people get caught up in the lifestyle thinking that that's all it is, but
Yeah.
it's really business. It's really your people. It's really the foundation of what. That's just extra shit. The foundation is getting your business right, getting your money right. That's why we're able to do this shit. Turn up.
100%. Man, if not if, as a kid, could you go to the playground if you finished your homework?
Exactly.
No.
Yeah.
No, you got to do what I live by this. Like, I got this printed, framed in my house. Do what you have to do what you want to. You got to take care of what's the important before you can go have that fun. And then a lot of times you can turn that fun into business and importance in itself. Like you say, you turn like the life, you like that lifestyle, you became a party promoter, and now I pay money in your pockets. But even think outside of there, you know how many businesses and deals are done on a golf course? Same thing in clubs too. The same thing happened there too.
Exactly.
Still make same business moves. You can run into certain people, entertain certain people, anything like that. Like, you can use those times to help benefit you. What's going on? Yeah, man.
But no, that's definitely the truth, man. When you building a great foundation, you know what I'm saying, and definitely the people that you have around is you don't want those people that's around just for the bottles, just to take that extra plate or something like that. But you do want to expose people to certain things to give them that motivation and be like, you can have this shit.
Yep.
This shit is not impossible.
100%.
Shit can happen.
I think, but you definitely got to watch out for people who don't want to evolve, though. If you realize somebody in your circle that just keep doing the same thing, they content with being the blunt roller, then you got to stop inviting dogs so much. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's only space for better. Because if I'm the big dog in the group, right, and everybody else underneath, and they trying to, get up higher, who gonna catch me if I fall?
Yeah.
I'm not putting y'all in this position just for y'all to be happy too. Shit, catch me if I fall too. Yeah, of course I want to see you be happy, experience it, enjoy it. But y'all insurance for me as well. In my mind, that's how I look at it.
100%.
I feel like a lot of that, if you kind of knew me in BG, I kind of went through a situation where I had like a lot of people in my house, man.
You always have people at you.
Man, I didn't drink when I was in college, but I always had all of the stuff there at the crib for any time anybody wanted to do something. But I was keeping up something like, I didn't know how much money I was making in college, but it was well into like the tens a month. Like it was getting into that ballpark, right? But of course I was young. I didn't understand how many people I had around, and I wasn't a flashy person. But when you don't understand shit, it's like it's not gonna go out because you know what I'm saying, you bought a chain. It's gonna go out and you're paying for a lot of people to eat.
Yep.
You making sure everybody's straight. You doing things that's quick, but when you do something that's quick, everybody around you got to do the same shit. So like, we all got to get into this spot. We all got to get something to eat tonight. We all, you might spend $50 just to make sure everybody's straight, but that shit happen twice a day. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Shit like that.
Oh yeah. I hate broke friends. Oh, I hate the broke friends. Like, so you ain't even really around. If you're really the broke friend, we can talk on the phone. We can play the game together.
Yeah.
If you a good person, that's great. But if you ain't got no motion going on, I don't really have too much to want to kick it with you in person with. Because if I'm footing the bill all the time, what the hell?
Yeah.
You just set me back. Same thing when it comes to bitches. I don't want to deal with broke bitches all the time either. You got to have a bag too. If we kicking it right, say we kick it every weekend, right? When you over at my crib, you don't need to worry about shit. You feel me? Because I'm living like that. That's how it is. But when I come over yours, it should be the same way. I shouldn't be, when I get to your house, damn, where the fuck the forks at? I gotta go buy you some real fruits to put into here. You feel me? Like, no, like that hassle shouldn't be on me all the time. If you like to drink 1942 and I drink 1942 and when you come to my house you drink 1942, I shouldn't have to come to your house and drink fucking autos. Sorry, no, I love autos. But I shouldn't have,
I
that
get
shouldn't
what
be
you're saying, yeah.
the resort. You feel me? Like, don't just be around me for what I can offer you. What can you offer me too? I don't want to foot that bill all the time. Like, girl, get that shit together. Nigga, get that shit together.
Facts.
Sounds
So like I don't know, I kind of before we jump off that topic though, because that was a big thing that I didn't necessarily recognize. But what are some recognizable signs that you need some growth in friends, you need to make this jump, or how do you even put yourself in a position to be like, now you might want to talk to your friend, you might be able to get some sense to him, you know what I'm saying? That's your homie, you want to be able to talk to him like, yo, you got to get on your shit. But like, how do you even get yourself out that situation or keep moving forward to like, I need to surround myself with different people?
Shoot, I think you said it. Shit, if you can see it, if you evaluated it like that fast, it's time. It's time. If you look up and everybody calling you all the time for something, and you can count on your hands how many people you can call if you need something, it's time to change. It's time to reevaluate what you got going on, because they sound like data dependence, your dependence, not just dependence, your dependence. Yeah, nah. It's time to switch it up. Like I want to be the broke nigga in the group.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I like try to get around. I'm trying to be around more bosses so I can continue to learn how to be a boss. And if I, I'll reach back and deal with my people how I deal with my people. But at the same time, I want to be in the spaces in which I can learn and be better too. And while I'm doing that, I can't make them think I'm the broke one though.
But it's also
I don't want to
like,
get kicked out the group.
as we get older as grown men, we got to be coachable at the same time. We got to understand when it's a time of learning, because you not gonna, like, you could get knowledge from somebody and they still be in a bad position.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, if you can take away like somebody like hating and shit like that, somebody could be a hating ass nigga, but they done said some truth in whatever they said. But like, we just got to be able to understand the impact around us. Be like, all right, cool, I can identify. I get what they saying. Let me go ahead and touch up on this. Like, I could be lazy. I could be procrastinating too much.
I feel you got to be willing to take on constructive criticism, and a lot of people don't be on that. A lot of people don't. But shoot, if you know how to sit down, look at yourself in the mirror, and reevaluate yourself, and see where your shortcomings are, it'll be easier for you to hear it from somebody else too. In my opinion, if you already done told yourself like, damn, I need to start getting about the bed before noon. I really be in this bitch all day in the bed, and then your man's be like, hey man, you should probably try to wake up like 8 o'clock every day. Like me, you should try. Oh, okay. I just told myself
so you just
that.
naturally wake up at 8. That's your thing.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Man, my hours for work so fucked up right now, man. I don't get out the bed till like 12, 1 o'clock. I go to sleep to go to work, and I go to work to go to sleep. So I'm at work from 1:40 to 12:40 every day. Every day. Every day. So yeah, I'm sleeping past noon because I just got in the bed a few hours ago, for real. So yeah, that's my personal sake right now. I can't wait to switch that up.
So you say to be successful is for anybody or women, men, is organization. How important is organization and then like budgeting too, or having a set routine?
100%. A set routine. If I don't have a set routine, I'm for anything. If that makes sense. If you don't have your basis set, then you will be easily sidetracked.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how I think about it. So like every morning, wake up. I already got my clothes ready the day before. Wake up, brush my teeth, wash my face, use the bathroom, get dressed, leave out the house. When I leave out the house, I either stop and get lunch, or I'm going straight to work. Come on, when I get to work, I write down a list of what I'm doing throughout the day. And I do that routine every day, and I stay to it. That repetition, and it helps you be more efficient with your time, because after a while, you'll get faster at it. And it'll be just second nature to the point where it's not even imposing an infraction in your life at all. You'll be able to just burn through it. So I think you do need to have a routine. When it comes to having a routine with your money, you need to be able to keep your personal overhead as low as possible. And that way you have funds to be able to do whatever it is you want to do. If you want to be a rapper, or if you want to invest in a real estate, or if you want to play with stocks, if you keep your monthly income very low, that'd be great. Man, when I first got out of school, like a year after I got out of school, and I worked when I first got to Sherwin-Williams, dude, my monthly overhead was like $1,800 a month. You feel me? And at that point, I was probably making $3,000 a month.
Yeah.
So I had hella extra money to do what the fuck ever I want. Buy clothes, shoes, do what the fuck I want. Go out of town. You feel me? I mean, that's still not a lot of money, but being that my cost of living was so low, I got to do what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I keep that in everything that I do. I keep my cost of living low. I make it nice. I make it really, really nice because it's cheap. So I got money to make it look really nice. And then I'll do whatever I want with the money. Throw it into savings, throw it into whatever little business idea I might have at the time. So just keeping your overhead as little as possible. You don't need cable. It's 2022. You don't need no damn
You
cable.
just need Wi-Fi.
You just need Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Buy you a couple Fire Sticks. You don't need the biggest TVs in the world. And if you do looking for other ways to be able to watch it, if you spend your time watching TV, buy a TV from the pawn shop versus going to Walmart and buying everything.
Like, cause I know this too. When you really want your crib to look a certain way, you know what I'm saying? I know for people that get their first crib or like their second crib, they get to furnish it. A lot of times you buying furniture for shit you're not really gonna even sit on.
Man, what?
You know
Man,
I'm
what? My house collect dust. The hell? That shit there just to look nice.
Yeah.
I'm at work 98% of the time. And that's where it falls back to my own interpersonal problems. So on the weekend, I feel like I gotta maximize that time. I have to kick it as hard as I possibly can because I didn't been working all week. So, but yeah, man, the house collect dust. So you don't even have to, man. Just get you the bare essentials and go run up your check in the meantime.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you feel like you spend more time in your bedroom, make your bedroom fire.
Mm-hmm.
Just work on that one, take care of that, and then continue to doing what you're doing in the outside world. And just find you a balance, man. A balance take a long time to find and to make. Find you balance. Talk to other people about it. Watch some YouTube videos. I watched a few people on YouTube when it comes to monetary, advancements for yourself. YouTube got some gems for sure. Dang, what's dog name? I think it's like Christopher Owens.
Grant Cardone.
I don't think I watched him, but I heard of him before.
Bro, if you get into real estate,
yeah,
watch Grant Cardone.
I need to hop on him. All right, bet.
Yeah, that's. Bet. I mean, I think he owns like $4 billion worth of real estate. He owns like apartments. Like he does multifamily real estate. So that's what you're talking about. Real estate. When I get my bag together, like for real, I'm investing in apartment complexes.
Yes.
Like 20, 40, 60.
I always wanted to invest in a college, an apartment in a college town.
Yeah.
You got the right amount of money, because like I didn't see it in where we went to school at, right? I don't want to say the school, I don't know what's going on, but like you can tell that it's in your best interest to get in business with the college, because that can for sure be part of the meal plan. Like we're gonna fill these rooms up. We're gonna charge
100%. Shoot, how much was rent? Well, people, I think it's because where I live, but to come out that like. People was complaining how high rent was in college. I mean, how low rent was in college compared to the real world.
Yeah, it's low in college.
It's lower in college, in your opinion?
For sure. You could get a 2-bedroom in college for $450, $500. That shit, and on top of that, it's a nice neighborhood.
$450, $500 per person?
No, like by yourself. 2-bedroom. Like when I was like in school, you could pay for a 2-bedroom $500.
I was not paying that.
In college?
We had a 3-bedroom for $750, and it was dog shit bad.
Man, I had like the first one I had, it was by myself. It was like $650. The second one was a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, like $500 flat.
Whoa.
Wow. I didn't either. I did not know that.
Sure.
So when I got out of school, my first apartment in Lima, it was $500, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. I was paying $500.
In the city,
water included.
In the city, it's like you can't, because you said you was living in Vegas, but in Detroit, just alone, you can't really get nothing nice. Unless you got it, you going over 1,000.
Oh yeah, you gotta go over 1,000 in the city to get something nice. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's no question.
Yeah,
that's no question.
I was living in Vegas. I was paying $2,200 a month
for 1 bedroom.
It was a 2-bedroom.
Oh yeah, well, you was winning.
It was on the strip though.
Oh, that's even better. That don't sound bad at all.
It was the cheapest, nicest apartment we could find.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that shit had marble floors and a wet bar and extra. Yeah, shit was nice.
Damn, you got a roommate too?
Yeah, I had a roommate too.
Yeah. $1,100 a person.
Yeah, I don't know where y'all living at. Y'all paying $500 fucking dollars.
And BG, y'all couldn't find that? Am I tripping?
Yeah, no, I couldn't find it neither though. And BG, not that low.
Because the first apartment, it's like I did the 2-bedroom, but I signed it myself. So like they give you the person the by yourself payment, right?
Yeah.
So that was cool. I think you get a roommate, it might go up to $600. But the last apartment, it was 2 of us. We was paying like $550, maybe $600
each.
No, like for the whole apartment.
You see, we both keep saying that.
For the whole apartment. I don't know where y'all was living, man.
Damn, I had lived.
You ain't making out without it was at least spending like $1,200, bro.
Yeah,
hell no.
I don't know how you was doing it.
But my whole bill for like my first apartment, bro, I Wi-Fi and all included, bro, I was probably like 800. I was straight. Like that shit took care of everything in college. Like that shit was
No, you was set.
with like me having, I had an extra bedroom, I had a fully furnished, but that shit was, I don't know where y'all stayed at, bro.
Yeah, man, you was set. I think our cheapest, well, not my best one, the cheapest and not like okay ones when we lived on top of shots.
Man, that shit was lit.
Yeah. No, that was lit. I think that was like one of my funnest semesters in school. Like my second funnest semester in school.
But for people that like, you know what I'm saying, know us back from school, man, tell us about that legendary. To me, that was a legendary. You want to talk about that? Anything?
That apartment?
That apartment, the I think the legendary, the Campbell Hill.
Oh man.
I remember I kind of first like locked in with you at a spot. It was man, you know how you leaving the Oaks, you going across the train tracks?
Yep. That's when I was saying it was 750. Yep.
Yeah, that's 750. I think I met you in the backyard. It was one day you was lit as hell.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it kept backing me up, man. But you was a cool. I was my freshman year, man. But shit, that crib was like low key a spot too.
Yeah, that was
Like,
definitely
grills
spot.
or something like when it got warm, you would grill out in the backyard and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, we had them barbecues in the back. Yeah, that was definitely a good time. That's what I'm saying. That was 750. It was three of us there, so we split that up three ways. That apartment was definitely lit. I wasn't there a lot of the time though. I had a girlfriend at the time, so I wasn't there a lot of the time. But no, that was cool because we had that big backyard, so we could do whatever we wanted back there as far as the kick it side, especially when the weather was nice. That was fire. Then I went from there to the Falcon Heights. Falcon Heights is probably like my best, like one of my favorite semesters that I was in school. Like I was just on a roll. Then I was just that nigga. I was that nigga that semester. Show I was on a roll. That was the 4-bed. That was expensive as fuck though.
Who was you? You remember your roommates?
Which one? On
Falcon Heights.
Yeah, Falcon Heights. Falcon Heights was
on campus.
On campus. Yep, that was Ken, Austin, and Jeremy.
Yeah, that shit was lit as hell, bro. Like I don't think I was in the organization yet, but like just going over, we like, man, whatever we about to see, just like your ears or something, you going to see something crazy. It's like, man, a good ass time about to happen.
It's gonna be something crazy. It might be bitches in here taking body shots, like pouring the liquor off their body, not even in the glass, off the body in there. Yeah, you might walk in on some shit. Yeah, we had fun back then.
I think the first time I like, man, man.
Yeah.
I just, yeah, man.
Yes. But the on-campus house though, the on-campus frat house, like the way we was throwing parties in that bitch, bro. Yeah. That was lit too.
See, and to me, I think 2017 was the littest that place ever.
I can't argue with you, man. I can't argue
because it was like I think you had a situation where you can kind of keep everybody ahead of the curve.
Yeah,
what was going on? It was new, so everybody could abuse the fuck out the situation. So it was just a turnt environment 24/7, no matter what time of day.
Always, and then it was a nice ass house on top of that 4-bedroom house.
Stainless
steel appliances. We had the speakers built into the system for the surround sound. It was with 2 full baths. Man, that bitch was lit. And it's right in the middle of campus too, man. We had a lot of fun in that house, man. A lot of fun. Too much fun. Shit. I got fired from all that damn fun.
Niggas was sick as hell. Like,
man,
fired, bro.
I was sick as shit, man. They took the house from me. They kicked me out the house. Took the money for my tuition that they was giving me. Yeah, I got fucked up out there.
What exactly that happened?
All right, so it was like 32 houses in that whole community, right? Yeah. Our job was to walk through those houses when you was on duty. I was a CA or a RA. So, like, you had to walk through those houses twice a day whenever you was on duty. It was 10 of us. We ain't do that shit at all. It was only one person that did the walks. Nobody did it with him because you're supposed to do it in twos for safety. Ain't nobody do it with Dog. Dog was just a weirdo, and now he loved his job. We was getting paid like $120 every 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. You feel me? It was terrible. And you got to do that rain, sleet, snow, or hell. He wasn't doing that shit. None of us did it. Like as a unit of employees, we did not do it. Just one nigga did, and we all got fired except for one.
You think he kind of told?
I don't know. I don't care if he did either. I don't know. They checked our ped, so they knew that we were not pedding into these other houses. We had master ped, so they knew he was not pedding in at the times in which we should have been pedding in. So that shot ourselves in the foot right there. So we all got let go, but it was fun, man. It was worth it. No, it wasn't worth it, but it was fun. It was fun. That was a bad situation though. At the end of it, that hurt. But memories.
Just bringing it back to music, I remember like legendary nights I had. I don't want to call them legendary nights, but it was nights like I used to do sessions at my crib all the time, right? but I'll do 24-hour sessions to me. Like I'll be up all day, people come over, I'll record until the next morning. A lot of times people will fall asleep and I'll be sitting there mixing, but I remember a couple times it'd be you there, it'd be Ken there. So I always seen the love for music. You'll come to me, already had songs recorded. I'll be listening to stuff, you know what I'm saying? So
Trying.
you always had that love for music, but what artist or what story inspires you to be like, yeah, I'm gonna keep going with this shit though? Cause you were rapping there, sometimes you might have taken a pause.
Yeah.
How do you what music you listening to? What makes you be like, all right, it's time I get back in the booth again?
Man, I listen to predominantly Detroit music. So with that being said, like just with the stigma that the city has right now, as far as putting out some of the best music right now and really making a name for itself, like that helped me want to do it again. The things that they talking about, the things that they live in, I'm doing it too. So why should I not be able to do it? And the thing that really hit me in my head too is people really don't be living like this. Instagram make everybody seem rich, like everybody having fun. No, people really not living that lifestyle, like in actuality. And I am. So it's like, shit, why not do it? Why not? And then I'm circling myself around you again, Quentin. Why would I not? I'm literally in that space to do it, so I should just take advantage of it. Got the resources, got connects with you, I got connects with Runaway Love. So why would I not just take advantage of the opportunity that's in front of me?
So what's planned for your music? Are you looking to drop singles? Are you looking to drop an EP, a project, videos? What's the whole plan for it?
So right now, from what the songs that we made, I want to drop an EP. I want to drop that EP, a 5-song EP in March. When I dropped that EP, I wanted to have the videos to go along with it too. I'm still deciding if I want to do all videos for every song because it's my first presentation to the world as being a rapper, or if I should just stick to maybe dropping a single with a song and then doing another video from one of the other songs off the EP. So I'm still deciding that factor, but for sure, EP March 2023, and it's gonna have videos.
You got any features you could talk about right now or anything you wanna?
Yeah, hell yeah. I got features from Q the Boy on there. I got Runaway Love. I'm pretty sure Mark gonna end up on that bitch. So yeah, I'm just using my team right now. I'm not really wanting to reach out too far. I just want to use the resource that I have at the very moment and put it together from there.
And then from there, what are like things you talking about on the project people can look forward to? Or
Fashion, making money,
yeah.
Mindset, man, changing your mindset from not being that same rat race that we've been talking about this whole time, and into putting your money into something else instead of just blowing that shit on dumbass shit. That was one. Bitches, just my everyday life.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Man, shit, man. It's not too much else, but man, where can they find you on social media, man? How can somebody get in contact or even?
Yeah, shoot. What is my Instagram name? That's a fantastic
like no TAD
question.
for a second.
I think I changed. It still might be there. I think I changed it though. I don't know. I'll tell you 1 second. FTBS_AD. Fuck that broke shit _AD. That's my name on Instagram right now. And like I said, my page is private, so you definitely gotta follow me in order to be able to see what's going on, request me so you see what's going on. Yeah, I'm on there. You can also check out my other page, Court Collectors. That's my site. That's my other business that pays homage to alcohol. You know, do reviews and I do reviews.
That's hard, yeah. The
and videos.
I think I seen the review.
Yeah,
Definitely.
like written reviews, like on different liquors, champagnes, wines, and beers. Like,
Definitely gotta have you back. It would be dope if we can come back and then have some bottles. I can get that for you and just have some different stuff.
man, let's have a more in depth conversation about that when we get off this thing. Like for sure, because I need to get back in that bag too, and you have the space to make that happen. So let's talk.
Yeah, for sure, man. We appreciate you, man. Definitely somebody that I look up to. Definitely a great friend, a dope brother, somebody that can give you some great motivation for real, man. I appreciate you coming out here, even talking on the podcast,
Absolutely, man. Thanks for
Yeah, man. I thank y'all for having me, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Mark, you as well. Like I was telling you just last night, like you one of my friends that actually had a goal or had a vision of something that they wanted to do and they did it, and they didn't do it for a business for anybody else. They did it for themselves in their life and their business. So, man, what you got here with 32 Sounds, man, it's different, and a lot of people cannot do what you did or at least have the gumph to do it. So, man, keep rolling, man.
Sure,
keep rolling. It's gonna pop off for you.
Sure.
Definitely, man. It's a wrap, man. Appreciate it.
Till next time, like, comment, subscribe, ask questions. Till next time, we out.